My wife was clearly groped in the car. The husband chose to ignore it even when she looked for help. He turned his head away. I've seen your kind before. Just a scammer looking for trouble. His wife was about to be falsely accused. A lady in the back row. She thumped her chest saying she witnessed the lewd acts of the pervert. Seeing someone step up, the man could finally breathe a sigh of relief. Soon, the pervert was arrested by the police. His wife also went to give her statement. He watched her slowly get into the police car. The man quietly wished her good luck. The reason he chose to stay aloof is because today marks 10 years ago he confronted the pervert back then. That's how they went from strangers to married. Yet married life was far from happy. Now he finds himself back in time. Jason chose to return to this day, avoid meeting his wife by pretending not to see. None of this is his imagination. Just yesterday, after work, Jason was on the subway dozing off. An old man came by. He spoke loudly about wormholes. Jason was startled awake. The old man suddenly collapsed to the ground. Nearby passengers thought he was crazy and stayed away. But Jason, full of justice, helped him up. Just as he was about to leave, to his surprise, the old man held his arm firm. Then, with a thoughtful gaze, the old man fixed his eyes on Jason. Could it be a case of a scam? Just as this thought crossed his mind, the old man put something into his hand. Then he turned and left. Jason glanced and saw they were two 500 yuan coins from 10 years back, but he didn't think much of it until he received news at work about his friend's mother's passing. So after work, he rushed to drop off the gift. At night, Jason drove home alone. Going down a familiar road, he came across a billboard. Looking at this billboard, Jason longed so much in his heart that life could truly start over. After a short thought, he drove on. He then noticed a toll booth up ahead. But there wasn't one on the way here, yet he didn't dare to think too much. He rolled down the window and saw it said a toll of 500 yuan. After a brief pause, he recalled the subway old man gave him 2 coins. So he took them out and tossed them into the toll box. With the signal of the green light, he kept driving ahead. Little did he know that soon, Jason's car had completely lost control. What's going on? As the speed skyrocketed, Jason vanished in his car, overwhelmed by fear. When he woke up again, he found himself lying in his college apartment, looking around. Jason marveled at how real the dream felt. Suddenly, he heard a knock at the door. He opened the door. It was his sister. Confused, every word his sister said felt strangely familiar to him. You stayed up late watching the World Cup again, right? What World Cup? What a comeback last night! When his sister mentioned the World Cup, he quickly looked up at the calendar on the wall. He was stunned to learn it's June 2006. Isn't that when the World Cup is taking place? Jason was completely stunned. He had no idea what was going on. But with a mindset geared towards exploration, he hurried back to school. Suddenly, he ran into the goddess he once had a crush on, Lucy, as she took the initiative to greet me. Do you have time tonight, Jason? I have 2 tickets to the concert. Oh, I am free. Lucy invited me. They left Jason even more startled because this scene was an unforgettable memory for him. Watching Lucy leave, Jason, still in a daze, got hit by a passing A-bike, only to find himself in his bed at home. The sudden realness left him bewildered. Jason quickly asked what day it was. Emily said it was Wednesday. But in Jason's memory, today is Friday. He recalled delivering a gift yesterday. The day of the accident was Thursday. Why he was unharmed, and how he got home after the crash, it was all a blur. Until lunch with coworkers, he suddenly noticed a scar on his hand out of nowhere. What's this? I never had a scar before. What are you saying? I noticed this when I first met you. This made Jason start to wonder again, but the strange happenings didn't end there. That evening, he came to his friend's house again. Just walked in. He was astonished to see his mother alive. This time, Jason was completely stunned. On the way back, he kept replaying the unbelievable events in his mind. That dream felt so real. He clearly went to Mr. Han's mother's funeral, and there were scars. I saw it when we first met. Could it be? None of this is a dream? After thinking it over, Jason was sure this was not just a dream, but he couldn't figure out why. So he tiredly went home. But then, the game console he had saved up for with his allowance was tossed into the bathtub by his wife, and she even mocked him for earning too little, saying he can't game. With his wife egging him on, Jason couldn't control his anger. After a big fight, Jason left the house, sitting alone on the steps. Thinking back since marriage, he struggles harder than a beast every day, working all day to support his family, and at night, he must put the kids to bed. His wife Emily offers no comfort at all. She flares up every few days. Today, she even took away his gaming rights. Thinking about how life has come to this, Jason feels deep regret, regretting interfering on the bus, meeting Emily, and marrying her, making her his wife. As resentment filled his heart, Jason suddenly recalled the toll booth. Instantly, it enlightened him, so he hurried to the previous location. He tossed in the last 501 coin with the same rhythm as before. He truly went back 10 years, the day that changed his fate. Jason returns to school once again after promising Lucy a date. On the afternoon of his meetup, he sees Emily again. He knows everything that will happen. Resolving not to be a hero, he avoids conflict, choosing instead to watch from the sidelines. Watching Emily get into a police car, it means Jason willingly let go of this fate, but this was also what he secretly desired, because next to cut Lucy is his ultimate goal.